Welcome back everybody to another Madden NFL 22 franchise mode video here for the Arizona Cardinals. So just going over a quick recap, we had a nice little press conference after the game against the Seahawks, which if you have not seen it, I definitely encourage you to check it out. That way you see how everything unfolds, and really good highlights as always. Obviously this is before the whole Russell Wilson being traded to Denver kind of fiasco, so still, obviously Seattle's now in the rebuild mode, but obviously this covers before that trade and everything. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and cover the game against the New Orleans Saints, who obviously at the moment have Jameis Winston, excuse me, as the starting quarterback. Obviously now it's going a little bit of a different direction now that Winston got injured, unfortunately, and it's just such a obviously, I guess the Saints weren't just prepared for Drew Brees to call it as quickly as everybody saw it. Because if you think about it, if you add Drew Brees back to the rotation, the Saints are pretty decent squad. You have Michael Thomas, who obviously was injured for most of Drew Brees' final season, as we end up scoring a touchdown to open up the board here, 7-zip here. But going back to that, Michael Thomas was a very, and still is, a pretty good wide receiver. And then you have Alvin Kamara, who is pretty much an essential two-way player, just fantastic over there. And right now, I guess the biggest issue, as most people would say, is the quarterback position. So hopefully New Orleans can get that figured out before they lose that window on Alvin and Michael Thomas. Leave a comment below about what you think, your thoughts on that issue here, as we continue to open up the board here to a 14-0 ball game. As now Connor's going to take it down to the 22-yard line. There you see on the bottom here, the Rams scored 7-zip against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here. And leave it to Connor to pretty much bring that touchdown home. So now it's 21-0, or well, excuse me, not 21-3 now after New Orleans ends up scoring the field goal. And now we give it to our boy, our primary option, DeAndre Hopkins, who at the start of next year will be suspended 6 games. That's definitely going to be a tough thing for the Cardinals. Tough loss there, especially now that you're going into the new 2022 season without Christian Kirk. Now that Kirk ended up signing with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Leave a comment below. Do you think that do you really think that the Cardinals will be able to replicate the results that they had this season, or will this be the giant step backwards for them? Because obviously there's a lot of topics that have to be resolved. We are, Kyler Murray, whether or not he'll play on that deal, or if he'll hold out until they renegotiate a new contract. And your thoughts on that process, could vary, on it. And I definitely think we could talk about more about that, in the next video or so. So that way we don't, that way we keep the don't want to add too many varying topics, but obviously the Kyler Murray situation is probably one of the biggest talks, heading into the midway through the off season, as we start getting ready for the regular season, preseason. And so definitely it's something we'll go ahead and cover in the future videos. But if you want to leave a comment below, I'm more than happy to start that debate. If anything, that might even come up with some ideas to stuff that maybe I'm not thinking about, that the Cardinals should be focusing on, and we could definitely put that in that video here. And now, speaking of our boys, Isabella, our third option for this year, got a wonderful touchdown pass right there, as we end up putting a replay here. So far the challenge for us today is to get 275 pass yards, and we're getting close to the 5,000 pass yard mark for the season. So that's going to be something we're definitely going to try to push for here, as a Bucks ends up tying 14-14. There you see Kyler Murray on fire, able to pretty much get a 13-yard gain. There you see he's just getting hyped up. Sean Payton's like, oh my God, why wide. 42-17 at the moment. And red zone, no problemo for Mr. James Conner, who's just having a great game. Third received touchdown already, and we're not even done with the third quarter. So, and speaking of tough passes, Christian Kirk ends up getting a quick one midway downfield, and we give it to Edmonds, who's going to get us to the 37. So now with Hopkins pushing himself into the 25, we're well within field goal range now. And so now I think the one thing about this game, is we've been able to keep the Saints defense in pretty much confusion mode. We've been throwing it, we've been spreading the love everywhere. Are we gonna give it to James Conner? No, we end up giving it to Chase Edmonds. We're gonna end up throwing. Hey, you know what? Kyler's actually gonna end up scrambling his way to gain some yardage there, as Hopkins gets the nice catch there midway through the field there. Christian Kirk with the one-handed, no replay there since we decided to just rush it through, and now Murray avoiding, I want to say, a kick. That one was kind of hard to tell. So at the 20, he's going to throw it to Isabella, who's going to once again catch the pass there. It just goes to show you how much we've been spreading this offense, because I think the Saints are prepared to cover. And we're playing Duck Duck Goose there. Big chillin'. Look at that. That's pretty cool. But most defenses, they prepare for the primary option to double cover. And with the Patriots, it was Gronk. Oh my God, I can't pronounce it. It was Gronk. And in our case, it's Hopkins. Hopkins, and you can also make the argument that Christian Kirk is part of that rotation as well. So, but we've been able to pretty much spread the love here to Isabella, Conner, Edmonds, and then actually our fourth option, Gabriel Davis, who we don't really talk about too much, but so far he's caught some really good passes, tough passes actually. And on top of that, we have Kyler Murray over 100 yards, and Conner obviously with the strong running game. So it just kind of keeps the defense guessing and trying to figure out how they're going to get the stop. And when everything is going well and going for you, it's just tough for the defense to be able to do anything at that point. As once again, the play breaks down. We're going to give it to try to throw it to Moore in the end zone, and good job kudos to the Saints defense there, and once again getting the stop here. So 4th and 7. Once again, what do we talk about? What did we just say? Gabriel Davis catching a very tough pass. Locker room is crazy out there at the 16, less than 2 minutes to go, and there you see a good catch there. And that's once again our boy Davis is going to get us down to the 2-yard line on 1st and goal. A near pickoff there. That was a tough pass. And so now Edmonds is going to, on 3rd and goal, end up losing a yard there. We're going to kill all the time here with 35 seconds left, and we're going to go for it here. Throw ourselves in there. Almost a near tackle, but they end up just letting us go. And we end up scoring the final touchdown of the game with 69-17, obviously with the extra point. 70-17, guys. Just look at that. 373 pass yards, 381 rush, compared to 68 on the other side, averaging about 8 yards a game. Obviously, Winston disappointed with the 3 interceptions. Good game for him on the other end with 332 and 2 touchdowns. Conner 205. No one crossed the 100 at New Orleans. And then Hopkins 109, Kirk 106, and then Michael Thomas 99. Very close, guys. But I do appreciate you guys sticking around to the end to watch everything. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And you guys stay tuned for the next one. Take care and be safe out there.